on High Street. Like, they
Hello? Am I hearable audibly?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Cynnie. I'm your local person in town. I'm reading a spoken word poem. It's called Artists Intertwining Kitchen Sinks, Pouring In-Person Phone Conversations in the Car. A mouthful, isn't it? Once you hear this, you'll know everything about me. I am living for you and for me right now. Our lives are so full of love and we could barely eat or sleep, but it feeds our souls full anyway. We're accepting ourselves and allowing ourselves to be fluid with each other, fluid with other people, and fluid in our world. It's just beautiful and I'm happy right now. I wish the best and hope I can handle the worst. Zona Shooting Star. Loving unconditionally, openly, with honesty, genuinely, and authentically. I will love you back forever and always, together and apart, for better or for worse, sickness and in health. Not even death will finish our breaths when we exhale our last. My special person, where our love we share will only be unique to us, but expressively and connectively and yet belongingly and fluidly. And of course, with intertextuality, because we are artists. Artists expose and find their core truths through all dynamics of emotions. The hues of the colors will reveal the tinted auras. The lyrics of song and poetry will confess secrets we meant to keep to ourselves but shared innocently, admittedly. Stories that unfold mysteries and fantasies and love stories and histories and unexpected, unsurprising planned destinies. I'm here tonight. Depthful conversations about struggle and triumph, accompanied by Mary Jane soprano melody mixtapes, pouring our souls into each other, swimming in brown-eyed dead seas 12 feet deep, but this time we are not drowning, nor suffocating like desert heat, sucking out the life source that abusers used to murder us. Now we splash the water playfully, listening to the waves as we ride them calmly and peacefully. Wherever you travel, I will always be with you physically or emotionally, always mentally and spiritually. We accept the love we think we deserve. And we deserve it now more than ever, even though we've always deserved unconditional reciprocated love. And in this moment, I swear we were infinite. It's all written in the stars, manifesting vibrational frequencies from the cosmos to guide our life and visionary journeys that we will continue to manage, rightfully to feel and to heal. All of this is like a dream. It's so surreal and it feels unreal, but this is fucking real and I know it. And I will repeat this convicted intention and meditation again and again and again. Breathing in hope, exhaling anxieties, breathing in your breath when your lips are on my lips, as our hearts beat as one, falling and rising onto your collarbones with my fingertips, the very fingertips that have fought, pushing up against that trapdoor, found the breath I was longing for, gracefully placing your clavicles. We may be wasting our way, shrinking ourselves smaller, but not to fit into society's pressures, molding into a box, rather exploring a reborn confidence like a rebirth of a phoenix. When we burn our very souls to ashes and beings, build ourselves back up again and again and again, bouncing back, climbing resiliently. I was 10 years old. The person who claimed me as her star student, her favorite pupil she had her eye on, that sparked perfectionism in me, instilled in me because I saw the best in her and she saw the best in me. And one evening she told me in the most simplest, unbasic, unspoken words, I am not enough as I am. Change. I internally shamed myself, placing the blame on me for being genetically overweight. She told me to change my lifestyle instead of diet. Instead of listening to that, my lifestyle became my diet, and my diet became my lifestyle. I forgot feeding myself. Rather, my appetite growled in hunger and a taste for nourishment, and a distaste for nourishment. Rather, it was up to me if I ate or not. I loved my body religiously. I devoted my soul to emaciate to nothing, wasting away, slowly killing myself. So death was not something that was my fault. Rather, it was the fault of everyone that made me feel smaller, not deserving, and worthless, and not enough. I was 13 years old. The rainbow child. I was preyed on and fed on as a half-dead, half-alive carcass. I was pretty hot and beautiful when he was happy, but when he was not, I was ugly, fat, and disgusting.
Interesting.
I was not attracted to boys, let alone two-faced killer clowns. Trapped in his basement into the new year, intoxicated by my resolution, my death solution. To fly out of my body, tainted by his coercive, inhibited force. My soul knew intuitively all this time, all this was not right. But nobody was listening or saw the signs. It severed my brain's cortex connections. It cut my wrists and thighs deeply. It slashed the seams of my soul into pieces, witnessing every year painfully inside of dissociation, ghostly, harassed, assaulted, and raped by abusive boys and men, shy 2 years of an entire decade of my life. I didn't even know why or for what reason this was happening to me, where this kept playing on repeat behind the scenes, curtains closed, mute-minded, where I could tell no one. We are rising and climbing from the trenches of rock bottom to grow from the valleys of the mountains we dream so passionately of. Having pushed Sisyphus' rock up to the very top, finally snowballing in the intended direction, where for our whole lives the stone rolled back on us, crushing us, almost killing us, but not yet. The supreme deity told us it is not our time yet. Death is naturally not a choice. We must choose life again and again and again until we completely believe in our centered core. In order to stay alive, please stay alive for me and stay alive for yourself the most. Best friends are a Vitam. Got your back. Now the night is coming to an end, and the sun will rise, and we will try again and again and again. You will die, but now your life is free. Take pride in what is sure to die. Memento Mori reassures the inevitability of passing on and pressing on for us to keep carrying on, to live out as if today were your last and the next first day of forever. We will drive to the morning sun where all your blood and your scar-covered tree is washed away and all you did will be undone. And don't be afraid to live again and again and again. My love, It's like a star. Some scars we will never show. We are survivors and warriors in more ways than they'll even ever know. I'm not broken or bruised. I fix my heart with my loved ones again and again and again. Confess the depressed I used to repress and suppress. I'm holding on to you. I don't have a migraine anymore. I made friends with my lions and tigers, oh my, the very ones that demonized our lives, but made peace over fear, like the turtle and the fox. Because patient, peaceful turbulence will win, and violent, fearful boxes we are trapped in will lose. Make the truce. Make your symbols. Honoring and respecting my parallel lines carved in threes, where pomegranate flavored ox blood dripped out of me, where an IV was injected in me I missed my spot. Where an IV was injected in me, rehydrating, pumping back the iron stores. I collapsed on the floor and found the breath I was searching for, the three passengers, the Mother, the Spirit, and the Holy Ghost. And I asked if I'm alive and well, or am I dreaming dead? They said I am a bird set free. I asked, can you be my nightingale? Because I kind of need a hero. Is it you? Now I see the forest for the trees, no longer seeing the glowing eyes that I wished you all to be concerned about, yet ignored and medicated and sedated heavily. I still hold my emerald ruby. I say you look gorgeous. I do. I'll give you all of me if you give me all of you. All your curves and all your edges and imperfections and my end and my beginning. I love you, and it's not disgusting anymore. I no longer feel ugly, no longer ashamed or self-blaming. It was never my fault. Period. No one listened to my unspoken words of verbal and emotional and sexual assault, of abuse and manipulation on the weak and vulnerable, blinded, deaf in the Stockholm Syndrome. Now I am healed, I'm still healing. Now I have justice, and I'm still seeking justice for me and everyone who bleeds the same tragedies. And I firmly believe everything happens for a reason, and justice will be served on him with the karma he deserves 3 times harsher, multiplied by infinity, divided by 1. It was always that one night where men of fire blasted and ice picked away, where they now breathe warmth onto my melted iceberg carefully, so you wouldn't reach all that you wouldn't see underneath the surface level superficially. So embrace all of me. I am very okay. I'm good. I'm great, yeah? The good news is that they don't like it when I'm blue, but will always continue to help me through the trauma, the post-traumatic stress, the attempts to bandage the damage, to all my cheerleaders rooting for me in all 3 corners. Hand in hand, eyes in your eyes, forever and always, together and apart, sickness and in health. Death will not tear us apart, and I vow to you that I'll always be true. Give me all to you reciprocatedly, through the struggles and triumphs. Unlocking history to figure out presently how to introspectively correct and break the chains from unavailability. Holding the breathing, borderline suffocating, grasping for air, but hesitantly. We are gradually becoming ourselves, removing our shells, ocean rings, and crystals, from tightly holding the energies in our hands onto our gold chain necklaces, hanging on, bouncing on, healing from our soul's suffering. confronting the realities of our lives like stories, inspiring hopeful undertones to release haunting worries. We are the piloting authors, navigating vessels, our novels, writing and rewriting and revising the ballads, screaming and belting and singing the symphonies and speaking poetries about all of my deadly sins of Hercules. I am a volcano who no longer erupts, projecting scorching lava who now bleeds a slow, steady, glowing warm stream, filling the cracks to sediment for grounding and growing. Don't forget your roots, the mustard seed of hope, planted in the belief that we are not the names that we were called, as mellow yellow as the beautifully planned taxi cab parked north, stalled out sitting on some highway, focusing on our guiding star. We are the graduating life scholars of the class as we made it this far. For years I've spoken internally, written on a laminated piece of paper. I want all of this to be worth something someday. And to this day, I guarantee our lives will only ever always continue to be a layered balancing act. That has less to do with the struggles we come from, that we suffer from, and more to do with triumphing from our pain.
That was good.
Thank you. I love you. This was an amazing experience. This is my first time ever publicly sharing my spoken word. This is recurring. See you next Thursday. My name's Cynnie. Nice to meet you all.